We're gonna talk about the rotate object tool. Now, this is something that is relatively new to my workflow, and I really wanna encourage y'all to utilize it for your photos as well. And the rotate object tool is really going to allow you to focus on how you can create new perspectives, new compositions, and really just kind of transform your images in a very unique way. Let's hop right into it. Let's go ahead and get started with this person. So this is a portrait that I took, and I really already like it. I think that it has really nice curvature and depth within it, but I wanna see what it may look like if I utilize the rotate object tool. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a solid color just because I wanna create a separation between my background and the subject at some point. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna hide that for a second. So in order for you to find that tool, I'm gonna first make a selection of my subject, Command J to put my subject on its separate layer. Then I'm gonna put this right underneath it, just a color background that you all just saw me create. So now if I wanna find my rotate object tool, I'm gonna go to edit, and then you'll see right here, it says rotate object. I'm gonna go ahead and click on that, and it's going to find the subject and prepare the subject to be rotated. And I think this is really cool because, again, let's say you have a couple of portraits that you wanna turn into some kind of composition, a poster, whatever the case might be. This could be a really great way to utilize that and create some unique perspectives. You can rotate the subject up and down, and it's going to automatically generate what the subject might look like behind. You can rotate right and left, which I think that's really cool. And then you can also kind of change the perspective, increase, decrease, like the perspective there. And then if I wanted to click done, it actually kept the subject looking like how she already looked, right? So I actually really like that. So this is the before, and this is the after. So now I wanna show you how this can be utilized for products. I think this is probably my favorite way to utilize this tool. So we have this image that I just generated in Firefly. I wanted to create just like 3 pillars that we can place some products on, and I have 3 different products that I shot for a separate brand. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I already selected my subject here. I'm gonna copy this over and paste it onto this image. And I'm gonna place this shea butter on one of these pillars. And you'll see here, the rotate object did populate for us. And so I'm gonna go ahead and click on rotate object. Again, it's gonna prepare this object to be rotatable. That way I can actually change that perspective to fit this image, especially because this is an image that I shot in a completely different setup. I'm kind of intrigued with how we can kind of make this look in the end. So I'm gonna tilt it up a little bit, and then I can rotate. I also like that it kind of filled in what this would look in the back, which I think that's really, really cool too. I'm gonna rotate her this way, bring her down a little bit. She's a little too high for my liking. I like that. So I'm gonna click done, and it's gonna enhance that rotated image. And once it does that, I also wanna highlight another tool. Now, right next to the edit rotation button, you're gonna see Harmonize. Now, what Harmonize is going to do is whenever you have, let's say, an object that you took from another image or just a stock photo that you wanna bring into a different environment, you can utilize the Harmonize tool to really match it to the rest of the image. So you'll see here, this photo, I feel like it doesn't really blend because everything feels really warm right now. So I'm gonna click on Harmonize, and I wanna see what that's gonna generate for us and see if it's, just gonna match it a bit better into our environment. So I'm clicking Harmonize. I feel like that looks really great. But yeah, that's the before, that is the after. I actually really like the tone of it and the shadow that it kind of added in there. And I feel like that looks more realistic there too. So we're gonna pull up the second image of this other product, another shea butter or shea body cream from this brand. I'm gonna copy the image over, go back to our layer, and I'm gonna size this down. We're gonna do the exact same thing to this image. You can see that before and after there. I think that's really cool. And then you also have different variations, which I think is really cool to highlight in case, like, let's say you can see the difference in like the shadow that's being placed. You can see the difference over here on this corner. And so that is another one there. And then we're gonna go ahead and take this last one. So you guys can see that before and after. I love how that came out. I think that's really dope. Oh my goodness, you guys. I think that's really cool. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and got an understanding on how you can utilize the rotate object tool with your photos. Like I mentioned before, you can check the description box below for these example images. That way you can give this a shot for yourself. And in the next episode, we're gonna talk about the clarity and dehaze tool in Photoshop. So I will catch you guys in the next one.